Alright guys, there is a brand new overhaul mod for Medieval 2 that's just been released that deserves to stand proudly among the legends of Total War mods. This is Rise of Quetzal, an ambitious full conversion set in pre-Hispanic Mesoamerica between 1450 and 1650, covering the turbulent years before and during the arrival of the Spanish. While the official Americas campaign in the Kingdom's expansion for Medieval 2 attempted to represent this world, many agree it simply fell short. This mod transforms that experience into something far greater. From dozens of playable factions, multiple polytheistic religions, unique buildings, special events, new unit rosters and animations, and even historically accurate resources and trade systems, in many ways it feels like the Medieval 2 Americas expansion campaign we should have had all along. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why. Now, before we dive straight in, if you don't own Total War Medieval 2 or its expansion campaigns and you want to play this mod, you can pick it all up with a massive discount on Instant Gaming, a reputable game key reseller that I've been using for a little while now. They have a great roster of games on sale like Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, which I just love, Crusader Kings 3 Chapter 4, or even the entire Total War catalog, all with big discounts. So if you're thinking about buying, make sure to click the link below to get your games for cheap and support the channel at the same time. Now let's get back to the video. First and foremost, the campaign map in Rise of Quetzal is absolutely awesome, and it is one of the most ambitious reconstructions of a historical world in Medieval 2 that I've ever seen. From the central valleys of Mexico to the dense jungles of the Yucatan, the map has been populated with authentic settlements, resources, and terrain features that reflect the lived reality of Mesoamerican civilizations, all in stunning detail that has been a real pleasure to explore. Where the Vanilla Americas campaign offered a handful of factions, this mod features a sprawling roster of over 25 powers. Each of them represents a distinct cultural, political, or military tradition, and each has been given care to ensure variety in gameplay. The Aztec Empire dominates the center, building the Triple Alliance into a hegemonic power that extracts tribute and expands relentlessly. To the west, the Purepecha Empire, often known as the Tarascans, fields strong armies and clashes directly with the Aztecs, while also holding off raids from the Chichimeca tribes. In the Yucatan, the once great Maya Empire has fractured into a patchwork of lordships, and these factions are caught in endless cycles of rivalry, civil war, and jungle survival. The Tlaxcalan city-states, the Mixtec Empire, the Zapotec Kingdom, and the Totonac domains each represent alternative centers of resistance to Aztec dominance. Of course, the Chichimeca tribes and the Guamere Confederation make an appearance, embodying the semi-nomadic warrior cultures of the north. Further afield, you encounter the Huastec Empire, the Mam Kingdom of Zaculeu, the Quiche Kingdom of Kumarkaj, the Lenca Empire, the Akalan Kingdom, and many, many more. Each represents a thread in the intricate tapestry of Mesoamerican geopolitics. Finally, of course, the Spanish Empire emerges later in the campaign, bringing steel, gunpowder, and Christianity into this fractured world. This wide roster ensures that every campaign feels distinct. Playing as a powerful hegemon like the Aztecs offers very different challenges compared to a smaller Maya lordship clinging to survival. Larger empires must manage tribute systems, aggressive expansion, and border wars, while weaker factions rely on diplomacy, alliances, or guerrilla tactics to avoid annihilation. One of the mod's most impressive achievements, though, is the introduction of tons of new religions and cultures. Instead of a generic pagan-Christian divide as we saw in the Americas campaign, Rise of Quetzal introduces 6 different spiritual systems: Aztec polytheism, Maya polytheism, Purepecha polytheism, Chichimeca polytheism, tribal religions, and Christianity. Each comes with its own shrines, temples, sanctuaries, and historical monuments which shape your faction's culture and strategy. Religious buildings aren't just simply interchangeable bonuses either. They tie into the new city development system where you can direct a settlement towards becoming a sacred city, a commercial city, or a noble city. This choice forces you to think carefully about long-term strategy. Do you build a spiritual hub that strengthens morale and priestly power, an economic center that focuses on trade and wealth, or a noble city that produces elite warriors and asserts aristocratic authority? The result is that even basic settlement management carries weight, pushing you to specialize and adapt. The economy system has been expanded as well with a wide array of historically placed resources. These include both mundane and exotic goods: jaguar furs, exotic feathers, jade, obsidian, tin, copper, honey, salt, codices, corn, cotton, and fishing villages, alongside luxury items like chocolate, pulque, seashells, gems, exotic timber, gold, and silver. Even Mayan ruins appear as resources, tying history directly to gameplay. The distances between certain resources are significant, which encourages long-range trade missions, and merchants play a far greater role than in the vanilla campaign as well, creating a game where economic strategy can be just as rewarding as military conquest. Campaign immersion is deepened by the introduction of new historical events that narrate key moments of Mesoamerican history: the rise of the Triple Alliance, the decline of the Maya city-states, the Tarascan Wars, the tribal uprisings are all represented here. These events not only shape gameplay but also teach you about the heritage of the region as well. Alongside this, generals and agents can require special ancillaries. Some are simple cultural items, while others are mythical artifacts tied to legends and sacred traditions. These items provide bonuses, but more importantly, they give characters personality. A general might carry an obsidian blade, said to be blessed by the gods, or a priest might hold relics tied to ancient rituals. This blend of history and mythology does add successfully a layer of storytelling that feels both authentic and atmospheric. Altogether, these revamped systems create a campaign that is historically grounded, strategically rich, and narratively compelling. My experience of the various factions, which I've been playing for weeks and I'm still enjoying, has been fantastic, with so much that I'm still discovering, from buildings, units, events. There's just so much content here to keep me engaged. Now, while the campaign provides depth and variety, the battles bring the cultures of Mesoamerica vividly to life. Each faction has been equipped with unique unit rosters carefully designed to reflect historical warfare at the time. The armies of the Aztec and the Purepecha empires are particularly striking to me. Their rosters feature a wide range of warriors, common levies armed with simple spears, disciplined mid-tier units, and noble warriors adorned with elaborate feathered costumes, jaguar pelts, and eagle motifs. These elite units are visually distinct, colorful, and imposing, making them a joy to command on the battlefield. Maya factions, on the other hand, field more fragmented forces, reflecting their political division. Their units range from lightly armed jungle fighters to noble guards who still carry the pride of their ancient cities. The Chichimecs and other northern tribes emphasize speed, skirmishing, and ferocity, giving them an entirely different battlefield style as well. And these are all far more than just reskins. The modders here have implemented whole new animations as well. Spears and one-handed weapons move differently depending on the social class of the warrior. Nobles fight with precision and discipline, while tribal levies appear less refined. These subtle changes make battles feel alive and emphasize the social hierarchies that underpinned Mesoamerican warfare. Another big highlight here is the mercenary system. As you expand into different regions, you gain access to unique local auxiliaries, each tied to the history and culture of this area. This creates variety in your armies and encourages exploration. Campaigns become journeys not only of conquest but of recruitment, and as you discover what kinds of warriors different regions can offer, you get to discover what kind of an army you can field against your enemies. And then comes the Spanish, of course. Once their forces arrive, the entire balance of power begins to shift. Their gunpowder rosters are devastating, with musketeers capable of shredding native warriors in disciplined volleys. Their cavalry charges through lighter troops with brutal efficiency, and their artillery changes the tempo of battle entirely. That being said, they are not invulnerable. The climate, the terrain, the sheer numbers of determined native forces can still overwhelm them. Fighting as the Spanish feels powerful, but fighting against them is thrilling. Every battle becomes a desperate struggle to resist technological superiority superiority with courage, numbers, and cunning. The battles of Rise of Quetzal are visually vibrant, mechanically diverse, and historically evocative. They capture both the color and the brutality of Mesoamerican warfare while adding the drama of European arrival to create a campaign that evolves over time. Overall, Rise of Quetzal represents the best of what Medieval 2 modding can achieve. It takes a neglected setting and transforms it into a living, breathing world full of detail, depth, and authenticity. The sheer number of factions, the variety of religions, the specialized city system, the historically grounded resources, unique ancillaries, the new rosters and animations, all of it comes together to create a mod that feels both expansive and polished. And it's also remarkably stable. After weeks of play, there are no major crashes, stuttering issues, or glaring bugs. The interface and visuals still probably have a bit of room for refinement and polish, and future additions such as a vassal system or expanded settlement previews could enrich the experience further. But these are minor wishes in the context of what is already one of the most complete and immersive new mods available for Medieval 2 that we have seen in years. Most importantly, Rise of Quetzal feels authentic. It does not flatten Mesoamerican civilizations into a handful of generic factions. Instead, it gives them their full complexity, their political struggles, their religious diversity, their economic systems, their myths, and their resilience. It allows players to tell the stories of survival, expansion, resistance, and collapse that defined the region between 1450 and 1650. And essentially, all of this and more is why Rise of Quetzal deserves to be mentioned in the same breath as Stainless Steel, Tsardoms, and Europa Barbarorum 2. It is simply a 10 out of 10 mod, and one that every Medieval 2 player should experience, whether you want to march under the banners of the Aztec Empire, defend a Maya lordship in the jungle, lead the Purepecha against their rivals, or test your skill with the Spanish conquistadors. This mod delivers. Either way, I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. I've dropped a link to the ModDB page below in the video description, so if you're interested, definitely go and check it out. And if you don't own Medieval 2 Total War, then get it on a massive discount right now using my Instant Gaming link below as well. Let me know what you think of Rise of Quetzal in the comments section below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.